Welcome back to Rayman Marathon 2017, joined you by HauntedQuest right now, doing a designer run, which is like the first appearance in a marathon ever for this game. It's gonna be all levels categories, so good luck to HauntedQuest. I'll give you the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, so
Alright?
welcome to this world premiere of Rayman Designer. For those of you not familiar with this game, it's like an add-on to the original Rayman, containing 24 levels and a level editor. We're just gonna do the 24 levels. It's 4 levels for each of the 6 worlds, and you can play them in any order, technically at least. Oh, I failed here. So, some nerves in the beginning. Yeah, you can play them in any order, but the problem is, on this first level I'm playing here, the game tends to crash, so I have to play this first. I don't want to play it first because it's actually quite challenging, one of the more difficult levels for sure. It's also one of the most intricate levels in terms of design because, as you can see, you have to run around a lot here. It's very non-linear, and the goal of every level is to collect the 100 blue things and then make the end sign appear. So that's different from uh, the original Rayman, where you don't have to collect the blue things. You also have these green things here. They make different stuff appear. If you're wondering why I'm down to 1 HP, it's because we're setting up a death warp right here. Right here you wanna land on the right side and uh, get these things. The game intends you to go back and forth a lot in this level, but we're skipping that through death warps. Here you want to keep the speed, jump to the left to spawn the pencil. I lost the speed unfortunately. But yeah, these doors, you can see these wooden doors are also a new addition to Designer. Here we have to get this stupid thing that appeared for some reason. And we're gonna do a third death warp soon, so we're gonna take damage again here on purpose. I nearly messed that up. It's fine. Make sure you don't die here, that was close. So you can run into these pencils on the way back. And we're done with the first level. So the finish sign is right next to the start, which is kind of interesting. Let's move on to the second one. Also pretty hard level. Like this first world I'm doing here, the Picture City, is one of the harder worlds for sure. I skipped one thing on the way over there. I'm gonna just take it here because this is faster. Now you want to make sure you have the speed up over the bouncing platforms so you can get here quicker. Now this is a little tricky here. I'm gonna try to jump early and get this cycle nice. Yeah, you want to jump through the platform, but I got sniped by the lightning strike. Here you want to be careful that you're not going too fast, because you have to activate this to activate these platforms. the game wants you to collect all the stuff here on Small Rayman, but this is a speed run and Small Rayman is slow. Have to get up here. So we're gonna use a little trick to get back to the normal Rayman size. We're gonna activate this guy to set up another death warp. Now this is a little tricky. I have to get these things here. Make sure I don't get hit by this guy. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, normally you play this as Small Rayman, but I'm skipping that because it's just super slow. And we're death warping here. And going back to the photographer and oh, that was a mistake. And going back to Small Rayman. The rest of the level is gonna be played as Small Rayman now. Yeah, Small Rayman is just annoying. He's so slow and you can't really jump far. The only good thing is you can hit those anti-tunes very easy. You have to go down here so you can just grab the P on the way it activates something for later. Let's just jump over here. I really want to get the ring. I missed the cycle here by half a second. It's not too bad. Jump over here, then get the ring early so you can get here early. And then you really want to get this one on the way back. Now I'm gonna be careful here because there's a tricky section in getting back up there. I missed that. This is how you do it. You have to be careful now. Yeah, you do a damage boost here to get back up. So we got through two pretty tough levels. This one's easier. You do another damage boost here. The game intends you to travel over such a bouncing yin yang. We can just skip it. So the game intends to shoot this yin yang down and travel all the way over there, but it's really slow. And Small Rayman makes another appearance. But this time it's not so bad. It's just a little slow. Make sure you don't bump into the wizard there. Now these guys are super scary, but they normally don't hit you. Now you can do a nice little damage boost here to get through there a little quicker. Now you skip a little part here. You have to activate this platform. So, the game intends you to do this stuff at the very end of the level, but you can do it earlier and save some time. I missed that jump, was getting too quick. But yeah, you can see how slow the Small Rayman is in this. Just kinda annoying. So you really need to make sure you hit this wizard on the way down, because if you don't, you have to do the whole section again. That's bad. Yeah, it would be good if more people learned this. I mean, there are only 2 completed single segment runs, so there's a lot of potential, especially if you start including speed locking and stuff like that, which the run barely does. Because, I mean, this route for the most part is like 2 or 3 years old. I missed the green thing. But yeah, we're getting close to the finish line, only 4 things left. And as you can see, the game intends you to go to the stuff on the right, but we already collected that. And now the 4th and final level of Picture City. This is for the most part like an auto-scroller. You travel around on these sharpeners. It's pretty tricky just doing it casually because you have very small windows to avoid some of those spikes. Like right here you have to do a lot of these jumps and some of them can be pretty tricky. Here you want to get a good cycle so you don't have to wait on the sharpeners. Yeah, I got it. Just barely, but I got it. I really need to focus now, so not gonna talk too much. This is one of those asshole things that you often forget. What I use a lot is punch mid helicopter to cancel the helicopter. It's very useful here. So I'm gonna take this just for safety because this section is really stupid. I got it. You have to do really low jumps and small jumps to avoid these spikes here. I fucked that up. Now we're in trouble because we're on 0 lives. There's always the risk of dying now. And if we go down below 0, we have to start all over again. Like, redo the whole level and that's gonna lose 2 minutes. Which would be real bad. Yeah, sorry about the swearing. Couldn't help myself. It was a really bad death. Now this is the bad cycle area because you can't really get a good cycle here, or at least you almost never get a good cycle here on these sharpeners. They're just always going in the wrong direction. But we're nearly done. The final part is easy. Just have to jump over here and get the remaining things. Okay, first world is done. We're gonna go around clockwise now. And there's a little trick, like if you press spacebar on the world map really hard, you automatically enter the first level. So bandline time now, the first level is just going fast with these trumpets, and you really need to learn the timing. Oh, I missed the thing. Wait, I'm gonna restart the level because that's really bad. Here you have to wait a little moment. I missed it. This is really all about timing, like you have to learn the right timing here. And if you do that, you're gonna be fine. Missed that again. Now here you want to use the helicopter for a short moment, always on the jump to the left. You don't lose any speed, so that's fine. Now on to what's probably the hardest section of the levels. This green ting section. Got it. This level is actually not that bad compared to the other music levels. Like the third and fourth one in this world are really bad. You're gonna see. Okay, second one. This time you can actually run. This is something I forgot to mention. The powers you get in the original game, if you remember that, are you get it in the progression. In this game, it's dependent on each level. So each level decides which powers you're gonna have. It was like, here's some basic speed locking strats. Haven't really practiced that stuff, so there's a lot of potential for improvement there. I'm gonna skip these two things because I'm gonna have to go back there anyway. Now we're gonna jump over here and take the lower ring. We're gonna take the higher one later. Here you get these two things. Make sure you get the speed up. Here you fall down the right moment and don't miss it. It's bad. The goal is to hit on that ring, and swing over. Let's skip a little section, but I missed it. And now you get the upper ring. Got it. Just jump up here. Now there's a ring coming, you have to wait a little. I'm gonna do it like this so I can hopefully hit it right again and get over here. Now this is so I can get there right in the first moment and don't have to swing any longer on that ring. Now this part is a little tricky. Get up here now. Yeah, all blue things are required, and all the green and gold things, if they are in the level, are also required. They're not in all the levels. There's also red things. I don't know if you saw them yet, but you don't have to get them. They just give you extra lives, and we don't need extra lives. Now this is one of the most tricky levels because it's super fast and you really have to get your timing spot on. You can jump here up directly, but it usually blows you off, so I'm not doing it. I missed the thing here, that happens sometimes. It's not too big of a time loss, fortunately. Now here you outrun the screen almost. We're gonna get these two things later, don't worry. I missed that. You wanna hang onto that ledge and then fall down, but it's a really tough strat. So we're gonna do the backup save strat now. Backup save strat is just get over here and fall down and just get them. It's a massive time loss, unfortunately, but I tried the harder stuff. Yeah, the slippery parts are really annoying. And this is not even the worst level when it comes to the slippery parts. Like, the next one is gonna be horrible. And then there's one in Candy Chateau that is really, really annoying. So we're gonna get these three green things on the way back up. Let the trumpet blow us over there. It makes these two green things appear. Now we're doing just small jumps here, so the trumpet doesn't activate too early and it blows us over there. And now one of the worst levels in the entire game, in my opinion. Here the slippery parts really hurt you because you don't want to go fast here, really. I mean, stuff like this here, you'd prefer to go slow. I have a bad cycle here on the cloud. Ah, got it. That was bad, but it shouldn't be a problem. We shouldn't get hit here. Now we have to get down there and activate this guy. Don't jump too high because you're just gonna jump through the platform. Just played a little safe here. You can skip that disappearing cloud actually, but you need perfect timing. Now, yeah, I got it. You want to jump right through here so you get all the things on the way. I'm gonna take this safety photographer because this is a really bad cycle here. Like, it's nearly impossible to hit Yeah, and I missed it. Like, you really have to go at the last moment to gain the speed and almost run into those notes every time. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Nearly done now. Just two really stupid things. This one especially, I don't know why they put it here. Yeah. Second world done. We have two of the hardest worlds done in my opinion, so that's nice. Now it's time for jungle. And the first jungle level introduces you to an event that's also new to Rayman design. It doesn't really introduce you, but it uses it a lot. These balloons here, you blow them up and then can jump onto them. So this level is full of these balloons. And that's really all it is about. I missed that shot. They require perfect timing. Like, you really have to hit it in the right moment to... I don't think mountains is that hard actually. I like the mountain levels personally. They're just long, but the strats aren't too complicated. But the problem with the mountain levels is if you make a mistake, you lose like 2 minutes immediately. Yeah, you want to push that plum as far as possible. Got it pretty nice here. But yeah, skip that ring here and just jump over. You have to take this photographer because we're setting up another death warp here. It's a little too high. I think you can actually skip this balloon, the second one, but I'm not too sure and I haven't tried it in a while, so... Yeah, so that was a pretty nice time. Oh, we got a raid. Nice. Welcome to Rayman Marathon Raiders. This is Rayman Designer. First time ever this game is being run in a marathon. And we're about almost halfway through the run. Now we did the easy section of this level, now it's gonna get hard. Like really hard. This is a really annoying section with this plum because you have to push it up. There, I'm gonna do this strat. You wanna wait for this one. I'm gonna kill one. I missed it. You have to push this plum up this hill, but I got a bad start, and I pushed it too far. Yeah, you really have to get this right. Now I got it. You have to get up here first, and then you have to push it further. Push it as far as possible, so you don't have to travel as far. And now you jump up here, so you don't have to go all the way back. But that was the hardest part of this level. The rest isn't easy either, but it's not as bad. We're still gonna take safety here. You have to go down here anyway to activate these platforms. I have to jump over this guy, jump over here. And this guy is a bit of an annoyance. Yeah, so under 3 minutes is still pretty nice here in-game timer. And now if you want to take a break, you can take a break because this is a pretty boring level. It basically uses the plant mechanic from the original game, but you can't plant everywhere, only on these kind of brown sections. And the problem is you can't run here, so it's pretty slow and pretty boring. Yeah, I missed the cycle here because I missed the plant down there. Here we're just gonna damage boost through. Get over here. Yeah, this is probably top 3 among my least favorite levels. It's really annoying. It's not fun at all. Now we're getting to the really bad section. Taking this photographer here for safety. These plums are just really stupid. I got that. You wanna punch twice in succession here. I missed that, and punch this as far as possible so you don't have to travel on it, because traveling on the plum is always the slowest. So you wanna travel as little as possible on it. Now we go back up here. Got it. You wanna jump right onto the pendulum. Now jump over here so you don't have to travel on the plum for too long. And we're gonna set up a death warp here in a second. Just have to collect these things, and we're going back to the photographer. The game intends you to go all the way back up and around, but that's so slow that it just isn't worth it. Now we get to the piranha sections. All levels means all the levels, the 24 that are in the game. There are 24 levels in the game. This is a normal run. This is basically what the category is called. The game is non-linear, so you can't really say any percent or anything because there is no real ending. You just have these 24 levels. You can do them in any order. And yeah, that's basically it. Here you can just walk down and get down here and jump back up here. I missed it because of the piranhas. I mean, the only other thing you could do in this game is run levels you made with the level editor, which could also be fun if you do like super hard levels. This hit, I shouldn't have gotten hit here twice. The first hit was fine, was actually intentional because we set up another death warp. But yeah, there's a reason I don't like this level. And you saw it right there. We can't get over there. Yeah, I'm playing a little sloppy here now. Let's hope we just get through it and then do better in the next level. But the next section is gonna be more fun because we have one tough level in jungle remaining, and then it's on to the mountain world, which is one of my favorite, if not my favorite world. I got a bad cycle here, so the piranhas are gonna be in a bad position maybe. It's fine.
Alright, we're back. You can start back in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, final jungle level, one of the hardest in the game. A lot of rings here. I missed the first jump, which is bad. You want to jump to the other side so you can go right up to those things. Yeah, here it's important you hit on that vine so you don't have to swing around. Take the photographer here for a death warp. But even without the death warp, I would take it for safety. Oh, the mouse pointer, sorry, I'm gonna remove it in a second. It's just a bad moment right now. This is another level where you can't run So now we get to the harder sections. The beginning part was kind of easy. This part here is hard only because of ting placements. Like, these tings are positioned in such a stupid way that it's really annoying to get all of them, and I'm struggling with the last one. I got it now. Okay, so I took this second photographer just for safety. You don't need to take it. Yeah, missed that. Was this light lag in the game? Now here you can do super hard strats and just jump into the second one, into the second bouncy ball and do a damage boost, but that's so hard that I'm not doing it here. Just doing safe strats. Okay, I missed that. Okay, we're doing the backup. Now we just have to wait here for the ring, and it's gonna take us up to the finish if we don't shoot too fast. Like, you have to wait a little for the ring to travel up, and we're through with jungle. And move on to the mountain section. Now on to my favorite level in the entire game. It has really cool strats, 2 death warps. It's quite long, but also real fun. We're trying a damage boost here right in the beginning and miss it, of course. Basically what you can do is damage boost through the first platform, run over the second one, and jump over the third one. But I just missed it. You really have to time your jump almost perfectly. If you jump too close to the left side, you can't hit it. If you jump too far to the right, you fall off the platform. Okay, that wasn't good. So we missed some time here, unfortunately, but maybe I can do the rest a little better. Here you want to get close to these pendulums and go down here, and we're setting up the first death warp here. Now here you want to jump and activate these while in the air, so you don't have to waste any time. In the second and third one you jump automatically, so that's pretty easy. Now we ignore that green thing up there. We're gonna get back to it later. But we're taking these down here because we have to. Now you really have to hit the jump perfectly. We're going down here. The game intends you to go the upper way and fall down here, but you can actually skip that and it's way faster. And now we're back here and can take the remaining things here. And just run through here, and we're getting close to the second death warp. Now this bridge down here opens. If you go right here where these green gems are in the wall, you get some extra lives. It's a hidden secret. Now we go back up And the rest of the level is pretty straightforward. It's tough, but it's doesn't have any more death warps, any more crazy strats. You just want to go fast here and use the snow to your advantage, even though it can be tricky because of these things. Here you just want to walk down real quick and just jump up here and don't fall down. Now there's another tricky section coming up right here. Yeah, I slipped off here because I hit the snow. You don't want to hit the snow, you just want to make small jumps. Here the slipperiness is really bad because you have to get those things. Good night, Sky Queen, and thanks. Now on to level 2 of the mountains. This is the shorter ones here. It's not easy. It has some challenging sections in there. And you really have to watch out for your health. So I'm gonna take this here. You jump here so that guy jumps over you. Now this guy is really annoying. Yeah, it was unoptimal. You just wanna hit it down and yeah, make sure you don't jump into these things. I'm gonna take this one for safety and also to hit a better cycle on this guy. I first go down there and don't miss it like I did. I can just kill myself here because it's faster. That's why I took the photographer. Yeah, I got a better cycle on the golem now, which is nice. Yeah, these guys are really annoying because you can't really kill them or anything. You just can push them down the platform. That's the best you can do. Now don't jump too early here, because if you do, you get hit by that thing. Now we're on to the final section of the level. This is pretty easy. Shoot a fist right at this guy, not like that. Come on. I need 1 HP. I need 2 HP left because I have to do another damage boost. Right through here. And now we're finished and just under 2 minutes in-game timer. That's nice. And now a level that's mostly just auto-scroller. You have to ride around in those clouds. Casually, I think it is the hardest level in the entire game, because you have to be really precise on your jumps, and if you miss them, you fall down all the way. Here you want to do small jumps to, the game lagged a little here. You want to do small jumps to jump through those gaps. Now this section is again just auto-scroller. Jump as far as possible. We're gonna set up another death warps. Yeah, I would say the levels are harder in Rayman Designer. I don't know about the speedrun because I've never speedrun Rayman 1, but a lot of the jumping sections require more precision and they do more complicated stuff with a lot of the events, and I died again here. Let's hope I don't die 2 more times. Would be bad. That was bad. Oh, come on. I'm playing really bad right now. Okay, now the only section of the level that's not auto-scroller. There's another asshole thing. It's right here. You do a damage boost. I'm just gonna focus here. I'm not gonna talk too much because I don't want to die. Doing the damage boost here because you can't make the clouds. The cycle is just really bad. Now this is the hardest section in terms of running it casually. You really have to look at those things to see when you have to jump. But I'm through it now. You want to be a little careful here because sometimes you fall through these clouds, which would be horrible. And we're done. And now on to the most punishing level in the entire game. If you die here in the wrong spot, you immediately lose 3 minutes. The game intends you to take this platform and travel down, but you can skip it by doing a damage boost later. Now I'm doing this damage boost here to get over there and not use the platform. Thankfully it worked first try because missing that would have cost half a minute. The rest is pretty straightforward. You just go towards the end and follow the way the game intended you to follow. Most of this here is auto-scroller. You have to kind of race the clouds and try to be faster than the clouds to progress to the next parts. There's also some rings involved, like right here. I missed that. It sometimes happens. I'm gonna jump around here to reach that platform at the optimal moment. And just do the long fall here. Now this is the relaxing section. If you don't mess that up, that's still not a problem. You can skip 2 balloons here. It's a nice time save. Don't ever take this photographer, because we're gonna have to do a death warp later, and you have to warp from the end of the level right to the beginning. You're gonna see how that works later. Yeah, the music is nice, the level not so much. Just run over here and... Now this is a boring section. You can't go too fast, because if you do, you despawn the cloud on the left. So make sure you don't overrun it. I'm good. You can just jump up here. Now the photographer we skip. Now same here with that ring. You go down, stop around a little, don't go too fast. That was perfect. I'm gonna do safe strats here, because sometimes you get swung right into the spikes from that ring, which costs you 3 minutes. Gonna wait for that cloud. Yeah, I'm gonna play it safe here. Normally you jump over those other clouds, those disappearing ones, but they were in a bad cycle here, so I didn't want to take the risk. And I'm back at the beginning, and this is a finish sign. So this death warp saves you around 40 seconds in total. Yeah, we don't speak Turkish here, unfortunately. Now we meet an old friend from the original game. Dark Rayman is back, and he has some new challenges for us. Like, this level seems really hard at first, but it's actually not that bad if you don't miss that thing. You really need to have the right rhythm, that's important. Just collecting the green things here, and then we can go on and proceed to the next part. I'm gonna take this here for safety, because the next section is pretty difficult. Yeah. This is the most difficult section of the level, because you really have to route around this cloud and Dark Rayman, and this is really bad, but when you die once, it's pretty manageable. Here you have to go fast so it doesn't catch you, and now I have the hardest part done. Don't forget this part on the left, and don't forget this asshole thing. I don't know why it's here, but it just is. You almost always get hit by this guy. That was a glitch. He's supposed to disappear at the checkpoint, but he didn't. So that, I couldn't do anything there, because yeah, he's supposed to disappear, but for some reason he did it. It has happened to me only once before, and now it's the second time apparently. And now we're getting to the switched control section. So the controls are switched left to right. And do a damage boost here. Yeah, I jumped over the trigger somehow. It usually shouldn't happen, because it's big enough that you can hit it easily, but for some reason didn't. And now, on to the worst level in the entire game, Crazy Candy. I call it Crappy Candy, because that's what it is. It's really long and really horrible. It's starts with these. If you hit it on the second try, that's good. If you hit this one the first try, it's optimal. Now this is here for Death Warp. We're gonna set up the game. It tends you to do the first section of the level twice, but we're only gonna do it once. Just damage boost through here. And take this and fall down. You can skip a lot of the balloons here by just jumping. Not gonna skip this one. You can actually skip the last one, but it's really inconsistent. You have to do a near frame perfect jump to get over. And after falling down 4 times on that jump, I don't do it once. I don't do it usually. Okay, that's bad. Have to be careful now. Now one of the hardest section, entire level, I got it. You have to fall down and jump at the right moment so you don't. Yeah, got that. A little safety in there. I missed the cycle because I had to play it a little safe. Yeah, I missed that. I don't know why. Just got a bad cycle here. The water clowns are really annoying. You see a lot more of them in Designer than in the original game. Yeah, that was not... I messed up the strat here. You're just supposed to fall down here. And here you can speed lock and skip those 2 clouds. Which is nice. Here we're just gonna damage boost through this clown because it's easier. And it's just gonna disappear on the way back, and here we're gonna just get up here real quick. The hardest part of the level is done, so this is a pretty good run. No major mistakes, and this is probably one of the best levels so far in this speedrun in terms of performance. Here you have to be careful not to go too fast, because if you do, you might fall into this water pit or just run into the spikes again and again. Be careful here. Now we can just go fast. This hit doesn't matter. We actually got the thing to appear on the way. This is actually a really good time. This is like my 3rd fastest time ever on that level, so that's pretty good. Only 5 seconds off from segmented. Yeah, that small P has a really strange positioning. It like I crouch down there half the time. The damage boost right here through the first one. Don't damage boost through the second one. It's PC. This game is only on PC. Now one of the highlights of the run. The most useless P in the entire game, because I'm just gonna die here. Now here you want to time the jump just right. That was way too far. You want to land on that platform up there. So you can go over this way and just make this cycle. This is Rayman Designer. This is like an add-on to the original Rayman. Just oh, I missed that. That was bad. That was really bad. Fortunately, the way over there is not too long. Can just... Yeah, it's only for PC. Okay, second attempt, playing it safe now. So I wanted to go down quick to fall right on these platforms, but I was too quick. I'm gonna take a safety stop here because this jump here is really tricky, and if you miss it like this, you die. Ah, that was bad. Missed it here. Can skip one balloon here and just jump up here. And now the last Candy Chateau level. Here you want to be careful so you don't miss that thing where you punch at. Also be careful here with these guys so you don't go too fast because they're just gonna snipe you. Kill this guy real quick. I'm gonna skip these for now because I don't need them. Now the game intends you to blow up the balloon here, but you can actually get these three things by just jumping up. Nice, I got that one. That's kind of tricky. Don't forget that gold thing up here. It's another asshole thing. Yeah, I messed that up. I activated this photographer for another death warp later. Now be careful about that bomb clown. You can actually jump from the ring right to the balloon and activate it mid-air and land on it, but it's really hard, and if you mess it up you lose a lot of time, and so I'm not gonna do it here. And now we're almost done with this level. Just have to collect these things up here and enter the finish line, and we're on to the final world now, the caves. We're gonna see three pretty short levels and one pretty tough level. Okay, that sometimes happens if you mash the button when you enter a level to skip the timer. You can actually jump to the higher ring here, but it's nearly impossible. It's like a 1 in 10 kind of strat, and so it's not something you would do in a marathon. You have to stand near the front section on these to make that jump and not hang onto the upper platform. That's really important there. Here just damage boost through. There's actually a P hidden in there. And we're gonna damage boost the second time. Jump early so you don't get hit twice. And here we're just gonna let it fall, and I missed that. Jumped too early and I messed that up. It comes from missing the strat earlier. Fortunately, you can go the quick way right back there, so it's not too much of a time loss. And we can just damage boost right through here again. And just do the way it's actually intended. You have to jump here real quick to activate this thing. It's another asshole thing. Don't jump too high on the early jumps to not activate these guys too early. I don't take this photographer because this section is not hard. Quick balloon section here again. And we're almost finished with this level, so just swing over there and get these rings and just the last few things, and we're done. And now on to the last hard level. This is another one of those levels where you lose a lot of time if you make a mistake. I'm taking this fist here on purpose. You're gonna see why later. So here you really wanna hit that cycle. It's all about the cycle here, which I messed up because I was too slow. But yeah, if you get the cycle right, you can just run straight through, which is kind of the goal here. Now I got it better. Here you can just jump over there. Yeah, the very last level is nice because it's so short. These rings are really stupid because you have to hit them perfectly to get on there. I know I would fail in this level. It's one of the hardest in the game. now. There's another safety here because the next section isn't easy either. You want to fall down here and then use the cloud to jump over here, and ideally you can hit this one in mid-air. Don't forget about these 3 things. I can't count the number of times I've forgotten about them and then was wondering in the end why I was missing 3 things. Down here we have some more stupid things. Also, don't forget about this ring. Yeah, these hits don't matter. I'm getting a P here in a second, so. So now we're gonna need the power fist from the beginning to kill these guys quickly. You can jump over them, but it's not very consistent. And you need the HP for later because there's a bunch of damage boosts coming up. Like right here, you just run through. And run through again. There's another one that even costs you 2 HP, like right here. I'm gonna do a safety strat here and take this P, just to be sure, and just so I can actually damage boost through here. And we're almost done with this level, so only 2 more levels remaining. Two short levels. You can actually skip 1 balloon and 1 ring here. And here you can just fall down. These are tricky. I missed 1. The game intends you to go up and then fall down on the other side, but there's no need to, because you can just down. Now this is annoying because of these 2 things. This is PC. Again, be careful here so you don't outrun the cloud and make it despawn. You need it right here. The game intends you to go a little further, but we can actually skip this part. Do a little kind of ghetto speed locking here. You can actually just jump right here. And now here you have to be careful. If you destroy these boulders too fast, the game crashes. I use a keyboard. This is actually a safe strat. If you have the right cycle, you can jump on the cloud, but if you miss it, which I did, you can't, so I just played it safe here. Here you can do a strat where you Yeah, I missed it twice. You can actually hit these balloons on the way up and save an extra jump that way. And now we're on to the final level, which is the shortest level in the entire game, which is kind of funny. You're gonna see a lot of those blue pendulums. Now I'm gonna do a speed lock here to skip the second ring. It's probably the most sophisticated speed lock in the entire run. It saves only 1 second, so it's not really big. Here you really have to get the timing right. Kneel down here. Here you can just damage boost. It allows you to run through the second one. But you have to wait a little here anyway, because the cycle is kind of the way it is, and you can't just run straight through.
Yo, can you give me a heads up on when time is?
Yeah, it's
coming
gonna
up, by
be
the
in
way?
about half a minute.
Okay, cool. You're going way underestimate then.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You're like around 120 right now.
Oh, that's nice. I was kind of conservative with my estimate because I didn't know how good I could be, and I didn't know how much practice I could put in, so yeah.
What is your PB right now?
112.
Okay. Yeah, for not having played this game for 3 years, I think you did a really good job.
And
And hello?
Oh.
Did it end?
yeah, it's over.
Okay, you cut out.
Oh, really?
So it
But-
probably ended way before you.
Yeah, it ended when I hit the last finish sign, but must be some issue with my mic. Because I think,
You were like, and then it just kept going, kept going.
okay, yeah, it probably my mic just
Yeah.
went away for a minute there.
Well done, dude. Very good run.
Thanks.
Very enjoyable to watch as well.
Thank-
Any last words?
Yeah, I hope a lot of people pick up this game. There's only 2 completed speedruns on the leaderboard, and there is a chance for you, if you practice some, to get a world record pretty quickly. Like the 112 is not optimized. I think you can go under 110 easily. Yeah, just pick it up, practice and run it, and maybe we have more competition in this game.
Alright, so we'll be going into a quick intermission, and then it's Rayman 3 any percent for the GameCube. It's gonna be a race between Alex's and Ripshark.